There we are.
Hey. All
Did it
right.
work? Wait, did you play? Did you play the intro?
SODO!
That's a very good intro.
I did it.
That was some comedic timing. Did you play the intro and immediately it starts playing?
Fantastic.
I did it. Yay.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you guys for, I got to say this to start. Thank you guys for covering everything while I'm out. But I did kind of want to be here for a little bit of it because there's some really cool stuff that happened.
There is. There is.
Oh, man. I hope my background's not too loud. If it is, I don't have to be here. I just want to say thanks, and I can't wait to see everything.
Yeah, I mean, you sound like a little muffled, but like it's not horrible. So
yeah, it's almost as if I'm wearing a mask.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, we have some news tonight. Obviously,
heck yeah, we do.
It's another one of our SODO Pop streamins, or whatever we call this.
SODO streaming.
SODO streaming. So, yeah, you know, we got the whole crew here. Obviously, Corey is not running things tonight, so everything is really being held together by, like, you know, some tape and some faith right now.
You guys are doing fine. Thumbnail needs a little bit of work, but you know what? It's happening.
I know the thumbnail's not the greatest.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
You tweeted out, or?
I tweeted out, the link, and I put it up on the Discord. So I don't know. Let's hop into it.
Perfect.
Is there anyone in the chat right now?
Yes, we do have some people in the chat.
Toku Punk Productions? No, that was not B3. We'll get to that. Or SODO. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. So, yeah, let's see. We also have Blade Raider in the chat, of course. Hey, James.
Hey.
Julio. So thank you all for stopping in, as always. And, yeah, I think we could probably go ahead and dive right into it here.
Okay.
Which, let me just make sure I have the correct blog pulled up here.
Yes.
So I can share the tab. Still be able to see everybody. All right. Share screen. And, yeah, there it is.
Hey, it's working.
It is. All right.
Why are we zooming in and out?
I just making it bigger. So,
okay.
Yeah. Demons appeared in Revice. SHODO.
I will say, for the sake of the stream, Corey, it is a little bit loud over there.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I can head out. But have a good stream, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Have fun with whatever you're doing.
I'm at them all, so I guess I'll have fun. We'll see. Have a good stream, guys. Thanks.
I just realized he said have a good stream. I said you too.
Oops. Yeah, he's having his own secret stream over there. So. All right, so yeah, we have our first bit of news tonight from Kamen Rider Revice.
Yeah.
And he's like
the second half. Wait, Eagle. No, wait.
No, not that one. It's will the transformation fail? Makeover, Kamen Rider Demons. There he is.
There he is, the emissary from hell.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks great. I mean, I didn't think that they were going to go ahead and do him already. I mean, I guess it makes sense since he did debut tonight, but I was thinking of, you know, everything you just listed off there. I was thinking those were a lot more likely to be for this week, but yeah.
I'm wildly curious exactly what the delays are, because we do get a little bit of context as to some issues here.
Right. So obviously we have demons here, And just some more pictures of him here. Just reading through here, make sure there's not any important points to that I'm skipping or anything. But he slowly descends the stairs. So nice to see the church set back again.
Yep. Basically, at this point, what they just say is that, hey, it's got a lot of the same things that Revi has in terms of like hiding ball joints, all that.
Right.
The what they call the drawer joint for the shoulders.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the stickers are obviously, kind of a yikes, especially on that shoulder pad. Oh man,
I'm trying not to think about that part.
Yeah, that's fair.
The fact that it's it's got that spiderweb patterning, I think that will help the curved surfaces.
Yeah, it'll have at least some kind of like grooves to kind of fall into, but yeah, it's one of those big stickers. I mean, which has just been a thing throughout the entire Revice line so far, so it's not like shocking, but still. And speaking of Revice line so far, you have our 3 riders that we have so far. So
oh no, they said a set of 3. That means canonically this is 3.
I guess that's true. I didn't even think about that. So, but I mean, looking more detailed into the design here. Cold Cat saying it's just black marker time. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, you'll lose some of that kind of textured pattern to it, but like
I was about to say, it sounds like that might have been something that's only available on the sticker. As you'll see scrolling down. Ooh.
Right. So filled with fine black dots. If you have a collective phobia, please scroll right away.
I was about to say, appropriate for the spider. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So, but I mean, I think that effect really did work to capture that design.
He was talking about how he was like really trying to get the right shade of gray for that, just to look right.
Yeah, it looks great. And you can see the results at hand. So it looks like they have that. Is it still going on the chest there with the? I think it is. Yeah, or I mean, not the chest, the shoulder with the designs. So
yeah,
that looks good. Yeah, definitely does bunch up a bunch there, but
as you do.
Yeah. So entire right shoulder is reproduced with a sticker. So I like the whole kind of like. It almost looks like exposed like muscle or something kind of design.
I think they might have alluded to that somewhere in the text below, like something about muscle. But what they also say is that the thighs are fully painted, the blue on the shins is painted, but the red on the side is stickers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, usually there's some kind of something you have to fill in like that. So. But yeah, that's understandable. And there he is with no arms, so because of the way that's being split apart. So,
by which we mean not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 2 things of note with this one. One, as you can see from this image, no open hands, because. They decided that they needed to get this out in time, which meant they had to do a little bit of skimping on the safety testing and stuff, which means
dangerous
apparently, apparently the drop test involves like making sure each individual finger doesn't break.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, just making sure that it works at certain heights, and also make sure it's not too tight or too loose when you're swapping out the hands.
Yeah.
That's news. That's news to me because it usually is pretty tight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And splitting the armor and the body, according to what it said here, like that also means making sure each one is safe and strong, each individual piece. So they decided to skip out on this one, and I think it's interesting and. I appreciate them trying to do some sort of kayfabe by doing this, but G basically says it has nothing to do with the fact that this character does not have other forms.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it.
Right.
I didn't expect it.
No. So, yeah, I mean, It looks good in terms of how they split it apart and everything. It's one of those interesting times where they don't show us the number for which I know they usually don't till the end a lot. So, but still, it's just one thing I noticed like right away here. So
that means this one's last in the wave.
Could be. So yeah, and this is going to be released in November in Buy 2. So they have they talk about how Buy 2 is aiming to be released in October. But it's not going to be released in October, so that's fine. Sometimes they need to do that. So yeah. But okay. So they're talking about a bunch of rolling blackouts or planned power outages in the factories. So that
basically saying like on top of the obvious COVID problems, also China has these rolling blackouts that make it difficult to do things in the factories. But also like a shortage on like not carrier ships, but this shipping,
right.
And also he also like just comments on the fact that it's also very difficult because they're not on schedule anymore when it comes to arriving or departing. And then just goes on to say in parentheses, please consult Dr. Google for more information.
Yeah, I mean, that's a widespread thing between, I know Hasbro has a number of delays going on right now, and pretty much everything, really. I can't really think of anything that isn't experiencing some level of delays, so I'm not surprised by this, but it's still nice that they, point it out on the blog and try to explain, like, obviously they tried, but, given these circumstances. But yeah, I mean, not a problem. I mean, we get so many SODO sets, and it doesn't mean that they, like, won't release the same amount of sets, so they'll just get them out when they can. So, but I mean, it's nice that they worked so hard to get Demons out as quick as possible in Buy 2, and here's the lineup of Buy 2 so far with Demons and the Mammoth Genome and Megalodon Genome. So
the only one.
Yeah, very interesting lineup so far. Like just one Vice and 2 Revise and stuff like that. So definitely not. It seems like it's a lot more kind of, randomly spread across kind of thing, and not like in order of what you would think. So definitely a fascinating one. I like it. So.
Megadong, a good name in the chat, says, Josh, my boy, hello.
Thanks for stopping in. So
this is like you said, an interesting lineup. I'm very curious if we'll find out anything about the other forms, because the thing I was saying with Eagle was that maybe they're trying to figure out how to make that remix form work.
Yeah, that could be it for sure. Yeah, I'm just surprised that like they have still just shown revised version of Mammoth, because I assumed that whenever the genomes would happen, we would get both of them in the same wave. So I don't know if maybe I know that a lot of the Mammoth remix form like pieces come from Vice's form, so maybe they're working on that, kind of like what you said with maybe what they're doing with Eagle. So I can see that maybe holding it up.
And small detail, if you look at the way that one is formed, they would need to make yet another set of hands of holding the boomerangs upside down.
That's true. Yeah.
If you want to be accurate.
Yeah, that is true. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a solid set. I mean, we also had we did already see the Terra genome for Buy 3, and was there something else we saw for Buy 3?
They probably said something at some point.
Yeah, because I know Terra was Buy 3. So it's just been kind of confusing since they've been kind of jumping back and forth between Buy 2 and 3. But it is nice to get this kind of lineup picture here so we can kind of try to piece it all together. So, but yeah, so that more or less does it for the Revice news for the week. But we did know from last week's teaser that they were going to talk about SHODO stuff this week. And so they started out here with the product review of SHODO Kamen Rider 7, which is to be released today. So apparently it just came out.
Yeah. So. When it came to the Twitter coverage, I I'm pretty sure a lot of the information here is things that we talked about previously.
Oh yeah, usually.
So it comes down to, hey, look at these nice little photos.
Right, yeah, just the very nice fancy shots here of like here's Comrade Rogue, which I love this picture. It looks really good with all of like the rocks and everything. So if you had the other more recent SHODO and SHODO X sets, you can complete the quartet of build riders. That will look really nice. So you just have some more pictures of Rogue here. So they just talk about the metallic purple that he has and the tampographing that they have for like the different crack patterns and stuff in all that paint. So yeah, because there's no stickers on this guy, which makes it look just really, really good. I think they nailed it with that metallic like purple and teal or like greenish color that he has. And obviously, you see he has the Nebula steam gun there, so the purple gun. And yeah, there he is fighting Rabbit Tank Hazard, so that's cool. And fighting Cross and Grease. And then there you go. There's the whole gains there. So that looks really good.
Yes.
Like those almost like from like a distance, like those look like figure arts. Like those look those look really, really nice.
I was thinking about it recently, and it's not a new thought, but like the fact that they're like revisiting SODO content in SHODO, it's like, for one, obviously, yes, that new figures on the shelf. That's nice. People who don't want to go back and collect the old stuff get new stuff.
Right.
But the other benefit is that it is like SODO is being released when what they're working with is concept art. So there's going to be inaccuracies. Here, it's like we have the show to work with.
Yeah, you have like everything that you could possibly need. Like, yeah, there's not going to be any surprises. Yeah. So,
not only that, but just like the proportions are all like that's the thing, is that with SHODO X, I had been saying that more and more they feel like miniature figure arts, and that's why.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like just looking at this picture right here just makes me want to buy all of them, like it just looks so good. I'm just really impressed with it. And especially with that, what they're able to accomplish with like the paint and everything, because like I know Grease had 2 different sort of figure releases, but I think that this one really does the best out of any of the Candy Toy figures in capturing that like really nice metallic gold, and I think it's also the best of the 3 in terms of capturing the jelly transparent armor look on it. So, but yeah, they look fantastic. So yeah, this is, if you have collected the more recent sets here, then you can add Rogue and have your whole build crew here, and which will go great with like the Evil figure that we're getting, and whatever set that was. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but
probably the previous one.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, those are perfect. But we also have Kamen Rider Kronos. So this really, really sweet picture here with him in front of the clock.
Where's my diorama of that?
Oh, for real. That would look awesome. So
this also wasn't just me making a joke on Twitter. This was actually a quote from them. Like, if you don't buy SHODO 07, it will be discontinued.
That's true. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like they're talking about here, pay attention to not only the amount of paint, which, I mean, there's a ton of paint on this dude, but also the waist robe that has been introduced in SHODO for the first time. So, and yeah, it looks really good. So you get the quiet hand there, or the shushing hand. So that's neat.
I'm glad I made the prediction way back when we first saw this. Hey, wizard cloak.
Yeah, you did call that. So, oh man, they did a great job recreating that.
Where's Lovelyka?
Right there.
The only representation.
Yeah.
Dokimeki Crisis.
But speaking of Kronos, you also, of course, to go along with Kamen Rider Chronicle, you have the Ride players. So, another great figure to army build, which I know the scaling wouldn't be like perfect, but you could probably army build these with your pre-existing SODOs, and they would
They're
relatively
teenagers.
work. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there was a bunch of different people being Riot players, so or maybe if you had like the Nico Riot player in the SODO line, then these can be your regular Riot players or something like that. So
Yeah.
Blade Raider's talking about looking forward to Kronos just to see how that skirt works, and yeah, that's a very good point, because I mean it would be a good indication of what we can expect with Wizards. So
you can determine whether or not you want to cancel those pre-orders.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a good way to have a preview there. So, but yeah, you get the Riot player with the classic Riot Trooper weapons that they had that were just lying around, I assume. So you have the gun and sword mode of that, which looks great. So just the kind of typical generic trooper weapon that Rider's kind of known for having here. So
Corey in the chat saying, I love these, and for SHODO, everything except the head is a mom's reuse. I mean remold.
Yeah, exactly, because we did get the Riot Trooper in what I don't have the slightest idea what number that set that was, but I remember getting that there. But I like how they just used the same backdrop as like the one they used for the Build Riders. So, which, I mean, it works. So there he is fighting X8, and they stole his stuff. So
yeah, just as a reminder, one of them comes with the Gashikon breaker, but hey, maybe it comes with the Gashikon key slasher. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
We brought back variants, but at least it doesn't hurt this time.
Exactly. And there's Kronos beating some up. So and that looks great. And you even have like these barrels sitting back there because I don't know, why not?
Oh, it's the actual SHODO barrel.
You're right. And then we cut to a forest with Wild Chalice here.
Which, I forgot how kind of random this set was.
Oh yeah, it jumps all over the place. It's like, here's the highlights of SHODO from the last like year or so. Let's just keep building upon that. So yeah, one of the few blade forms that we still needed in SHODO. We get Wild Chalice here, and I really am liking this forest background that he has. Corey says a chalice in the wild, exactly. So, and you get the different versions of his chalice arrow, which you have kind of the sickle shaped weapons that they have talking about here, or the full on like bow version of it, and you can use it to do his different finishers and stuff. Blast, laser effect not included, but
as you do,
exactly.
Wild Cyclone.
Yeah. Now they're in the rain. Look at that.
Yeah, I believe they said that was like a recreation of a shot from the opening.
Yeah, well, yeah, it says reproduce the 40th episode in which the four riders confront Trial B according to that ED song. So yeah, that looks fantastic right there. Just getting the the riders in there. I was going to say strongest forms, but he's not in his Jack form, so close enough. but close enough. So, yeah, I think that looks perfect.
Yeah, I was very particular on my wording on Twitter where I said that they have completed the main four forms.
Yeah, exactly.
Still got the movie, guys.
So, why is Rain X Kamen Rider so cool? Because it just looks awesome when you have Tokusu standing in the rain.
Maybe it's just that Rain is cool.
That is true as well. Rain is cool. So every time that they get a Toku suit wet, I'm afraid of it's ruining it, but it makes it look cool. So
it's okay. They're not going that far back in terms of suit reuse.
That's true. And speaking of Blade, it continues here with the monolith. That's what's coming out of the monolith there? It's this.
Roaches, that's where they come from.
Yeah. Of course, they always come from a giant light from a mystical monolith. But, I think that they always nail it with, like, the really detailed sculpting on the monsters for whenever they do monsters in SHODO, which obviously do it more often than SODO does. I mean, he's been doing it pretty recently. Not too, common, I guess, at this point. But yeah, this is the monster that appears when the winner of the battle fight is confirmed. So
I always forget that that's actually the name they use in Blade, the battle fight.
Right. And you can have them surrounding the Joker, which that looks really cool. They're like emerging from the ground or something. It looks like that just has a really cool effect. Or you can have them surrounding the monolith, and or fighting Blade King form. So, and they were talking about here that there is the albino roach that appeared in the Missing Ace film. So while we haven't gotten the riders from the Missing Ace film, at least we have, we already had albino Joker a while ago, and now we have the albino roaches. So
this movie is just, it's like, you can't not do the writers at this point.
Oh, I know. Like, they've got to just be some kind of premium trio to just knock it out.
They've trapped themselves.
They have, really. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll do the three of them at some point, and I think it would just be an easy premium set just to knock it out. But that's yet to be seen. But you can have the albino roaches fighting really whoever you want, but I assume that these are recreating specific scenes from Missing Ace, would be my guess. So, but yeah. So SHODO 07 will be released tomorrow on October 18th, or it's probably already out in Japan. So
at this point, I should ask, shall we drive?
We shall. So we do have our next main SHODO set, SHODO X15, which will be released in March, and this will be the first one. I think, is it the first one? Or at least they're talking about here, they're bringing up the price increase again. If it's not the first one, it's definitely one that is in that new category of going up to 649 yen, including tax. So, that we knew about these price increases. We talked about these probably about a month ago or so, because it's happening to all of their lines. So, but it's still good to have them remind us. So, but yeah. So, it's Drive, one of my all-time favorite shows. So.
I was literally just thinking yesterday about how, if they did that in SHODO, then they could do this as the easy read tool, and then in SHODO, they can do Go Drive.
That's true. They can. They definitely can. So, yeah, I mean, he looks great here. I like how the glare is almost perfectly covering up the belt, so it's kind of hard to see if he has belts on details. Obviously, we see he doesn't really, but it's just kind of funny. But he does have the handle Ken, and obviously this is type speed. So Corey said, "I'm really just here to find out if Josh is buying it." That's a good question. That's a good question.
Saving for the end so that we have to stick around.
I didn't even think about it, but I might have to buy it. I really like it. Well, okay, now here's the thing. Type Troteron, all-time favorite final form. They get to that, we do it. So absolutely need a figure of that. But Corey says it's a great set, and I 100% agree.
Yeah. Also the fact that, I guess Drive is off the table for SODO Chronicle.
Yes.
So all that leaves is Ghost.
That's right, as Peacemaker just said here as well. So, I mean, it's good in terms of the fact that I was afraid that Drive would be next after Ryuki, because I figured that they would try to rope me in for a third series in a row. Yeah. But it looks like not the case yet.
Alas, it means that we probably won't get a Kamen Rider tassel.
That's true. Probably not. We do. I really want that, though. I think that series is really cool, actually. So
yeah,
it's just so wacky. I love it. But back to Drive, we do, of course, have the handle Ken and the Dorju. So the handle sword and the door gun, which are still, I think, just some of the most fun Kamen Rider weapons. I still love that you have to open the door to reload it and all that stuff. It's just
fun names.
They had some really fun ideas during Drive. So you're going to get both of those, which obviously type speed used, but I know that kind of the handle Ken is more associated with type wild and the Dorju with type Technic, but speed did use them as well occasionally, so it makes sense that he has them here. And not only that, you are going to be able to do some of the tire Kokons, the tire changes. So not anything too crazy, just the ones that you would expect, kind of his main batch of them here. And obviously they don't have any of the name where it would say Max Flare on the sides, but like I wouldn't. The only way I would have ever expected that would be with a sticker. So it's not a big deal. But you also get Midnight Shadow, and you get Funky Spike. So
the main three.
Yeah, the main three that also eventually have like a combined tire for type Trideron. So I wonder if maybe they'll do that later on. But of course, if you make the type speed mold, you can reuse that for a lot of different things. So...
Kamen Rider Zero Drive. I mean Proto Drive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, once you make this tire piece right here, I mean, that opens the door to a bunch of them as well.
Kamen Rider Brain Win.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would fit in this too. I didn't even think about that. Oh yeah, because then you could do Trideron, and then you basically have Heart right there. So oh man, there's so many good possibilities. And I love that this has the kind of matte black plastic to the suit. That yeah, it looks so good because I think it was the original Tire Kokon figure that came out as a premium Bandai item. I think it kind of had a more glossy black plastic, which was fine, but like the suit itself, you can kind of tell had that kind of matte finish kind of design. So
I forgot about this. I love the fact that it's also it's the matte black on all the parts that were clearly red.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I think it just really helps that pop, and it looks so good. And besides the tire being a new piece, obviously the head is a little bit different. He doesn't have like the full spoiler on the forehead, and like a little bit of different designs up there because this is the prototype of drive, so it's not finished.
Corey also previously predicted SODO Chronicle Aqua is next, of course.
Of course, we need Aqua.
But Blade Raider correcting him, saying that Aqua only comes after they decided to redo O's.
Aqua will be the final SODO figure ever released. Like the Kamen Rider franchise will end, and they'll be like, and Aqua.
Oops. Oops. But also, he also just genuinely commented on Heart, saying that they're figuring out the skirt technology.
Yeah, that could be a factor. But that's not it for just drive stuff. We're also going to get Maha or Mach. So our secondary rider from the series.
Wizard's looking pretty lonely now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So, but Blade Raider said, I wonder if this proto drive can use the tires. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know, because I know like I think Proto Drive came out in the original Candy Toy Drive line, right?
Yeah, I believe it came with the taxi one, the dimension cab.
Yeah, because that's what the premium figure did as well.
The funny magnets.
Yes. So Corey says one of my all-time favorite suits. I'm assuming he's referring to Mach here, which great
ZenKaiGer.
So yeah, that's true, absolutely. So here he is. There, you have him doing his signature pose, where he's kind of like, I don't know what he's doing here, like revving up an imaginary motorcycle or something. So,
dedicated hands for the pose.
Yeah, so they replicated that really well. You have the kind of clear plastic kind of things, so you can see the eyes underneath there. You can't lift the mask up like he does in the show sometimes, which granted he only ever did that like twice maybe. So not something, not a big deal, but like, he was able to lift the mask up before. But yeah, like, since he did this so infrequently, who cares? But you're also going to get to the Zenrin shooter with it, which makes perfect sense. And so this is all going to be like in an expansion part set, the different tires, which interesting that they're going to give you the full like tire piece for the middle. That's pretty cool. I think only the figure arts did that. I know the figure arts did that for those.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cannot confirm whether or not SIC did that, because I don't even know if they did these as release figures.
Yeah, that's a good question.
SIC is like the most elusive of the figures, because it's like I don't even know what got released or not.
Yeah, absolutely. So, oh yeah, Galen brings up a good point here that both chasers could happen in SHODO. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not only regular chaser definitely, but especially if you have mock, you can create either mock chaser or chaser mock pretty easily with that as well. So we'll see which direction they end up going. But yeah, I definitely think that chaser would be a pretty good guess for the next SHODO set, because they do seem to like to finish out like main trios or groups of riders and with all these sets. So I guess unless you're Wizard, where you just don't get Beast. So, but yeah, so that's it for the drive stuff in this set. But we are going to get some Showa riders in here as well. So they even say, Showa riders or Showa Kamen Rider fans, thank you for your patience. So
nice.
Yeah, so here is Skyrider.
So I couldn't remember. Did Skyrider get SHODO X treatment before?
I don't remember.
Because the weird wording here is that this is an entirely new model for the body.
Yeah. Because like obviously they've done Skyrider at some point, because they've done all the Showa riders at some point. So yeah, I do not remember. Since we're 15 sets into SHODO X, it's kind of hard to remember what they have and have not done, especially in the earlier stuff. But as with, there's kind of those things that are kind of just givens whenever they do a certain rider. So like when you do Skyrider, a lot of times they'll do both versions of him. So you have his enhanced Skyrider and of course the original color Skyrider. So whichever one you prefer, you're going to get both of them here.
This is one of those situations like with Ichigo and Nigo, where it's like, hey, did you know that the one that you see now is actually a recolor?
Right, exactly. So, thank you, Blade Rider, for bringing that up. Only in SHODO Versus, the Kabuto wave, no less, and that wave is full of QC issues, so a renewal is welcome. So
nice.
That's good.
I think the reason that I was not sure is because I do remember that was a rumored set at one point, Skyrider.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it like rumored for 14, maybe actually?
Something like that.
So maybe the rumor was right. It was just off by a wave. maybe that's what happened. But yeah, so here he is there. And you are going to get his bike, the Sky Turbo. So I do like that they always include the Showa bikes. I think these are neat, especially because back then they were a lot more of a prevalent thing in Rider than they are today. So it's cool to be able to have a way to display them and everything. So.
And at some point in this, they also bring up the fact that in the survey, they've gotten a considerable amount of people asking for Skyrider and his bike.
And there you go. So I believe that we've got to be a pretty small amount of riders that still like your Showa riders that need their bikes and stuff at this point, I would imagine. You can probably, it's definitely like the cheapest way to get all these bikes, because I know most of them a good majority of them got figure art releases, but those are pretty expensive and stuff too. So it's just nice to get a really easy way to do this. So yeah, it looks great. So that's it for the first product images of SHODO X 15. So they're going to go for pre-order around the 20th. Water, apparently. So
1020 water.
Yeah, 1020 water. So look forward to that. And that's it for SODO news this week. They do talk about next week that new character information will be lifted on SODO Revice, and the reviews of Chronicle Ryuki 2 will begin, which makes sense because Ryuki 2 is going to be out here in a couple of weeks. So, or next month. So, Corey says, what WTF does water mean? I have no idea. Definitely not time for Aqua, unfortunately. So, and Peacemaker lists off Z-Cross, Shin, Zeto, and J, which I'm assuming are the remaining show riders for them to do, which I would love to get figures of all of those.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I'm just continuing to stare at that premium Bandai set of those last 3.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to just knock them out like that. I mean, hey, they just announced the premium Bandai Ride Watch set for the 3 of them. So, you could, which was definitely out of nowhere this past week and pretty cool to see. So
I'm not sure if they put up a deluxe blog post about it yet, but I'm predicting that it's another one of those things of, you guys wanted us to release some unreleased stuff. Here's some more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely think that was part of that, which wasn't planning on pre-ordering those, but I did do that. So,
no one was.
I can't say no to ride watches, so especially those ones. So, but yeah, that's it for Candy Toy rider stuff. Obviously, just kind of looking at the typical Candy Toy vinyls and the little belts and everything, and buy one that's been out for a little while, and the little chibi things. I forget the name of, but yeah. Oh, okay, that's right. Lion Genome was in buy 3. I forgot about that one.
Yes.
So yeah, so buy 2, buy 3, and then of course the campaign Vice. So yeah, that is it for this one. But that was not the only blog that we actually got this week. Interestingly enough. We did get a surprise Sentai one. Ryder, obviously, Corey says, don't forget the Discord question. I figured we can cover the Sentai thing real quick, and then we can go over it. Because the Sentai blog, it's a cool blog, but it's not anything, like, super crazy. But, yeah, I mean, we never know when we're going to get a Sentai blog. They just happen randomly, while Ryder is basically guaranteed every week.
Usually the pattern is, okay, we're done with the news coverage. Oh no, Sentai.
Exactly. So, and here it is. So here is our Sentai blog for the week, and they are going to be doing another premium Bandai MINIPLA set for ZENKAIGER. So they had already talked about, they talk about here that they had decided to have Battle Caesar Robo a couple months ago or whatever. And the reservation deadline was the other day for that. So I guess if you did not get that, Go Collectibles might still have some pre-orders up for it or something. But I guess like the official premium, pre-orders are closed for that. But if you've seen more recent episodes of the show, following Battle Caesar Robo, Stacy had access to a new mecha that he used to fight the ZENKAIGERs. Seen an episode, I think it was 20. I think that's supposed to be for 26 or something. Is this the ZenkaiOh Black ZyuranGaon? So here that is, and it makes a lot of sense for them to do this because it is just a repaint of the MINIPLA they already have. I figured that there was a good possibility that they would do a deluxe version of this because it's just a repaint, but I definitely thought that, especially after Battle Caesar Robo, that Candy Toy or MINIPLA had a really good chance of doing it, and here they are. So, yeah, I mean, it looks exactly how it should. It's just basically the same thing, but cast in like a gunmetal gray black plastic. And they talk about just the, how they were going with the metallic colors and everything like that. And obviously you have like purple stickers throughout here. But I think it looks awesome. I love whenever they did, whenever they do black and gold repaints of Sentai Mecha and everything. I think that's always been a really cool effect for the toy lines. And this is no exception. It's
the obligatory one, but it's got lore.
Exactly. Yeah. This is one of the ones that actually appears somewhere. So it makes sense to happen. And they talk about like where everything appears on the runner here. And interesting.
I just realized this is an anniversary show. You think that was intentional?
It definitely could have been. Yeah. I think it's probably a kind of a mix between like maybe trying to, pay tribute to that, but also the fact that Stacy was so popular that they didn't really know what else to give him other than like, hey, let's do this. Right. so yeah,
this is a series that also made Stacy or like a Battle Fever thing, and then you have Hot Kaiser. So it's like, yeah, right. I can see this being intentional.
Exactly. So, but they did do a special like runner just for these pieces because I believe that these are from the original versions here. They talked about here that they were done in the gray plastic before because that's what they were, but on these special new versions, it's like a yellowish gold plastic for those pieces. So they took the plunge, and I did this. So look at that, all special. They go all out on the premium stuff. So, yeah. But you're able to, of course, do ZenkaiOh, but of course you can do the Tyranno and the Lion, and which, even though this never showed up in the show, you can still do an evil version of them in like the Ranger modes. So, which is cool because, like, while these did appear in the show, they're like animal modes. These like heads, we never saw like the evil versions of those, but theoretically they would have them. So cool that they went all the way to replicate that here as well. So, yeah. And you get some option pieces here. So you get pretty much what you got with the original MINIPLA set 1. So, like, you get the little stand for the Tyranno mode because it really can't support its own weight, so you have to use this little stand. The swappable feet pieces for when you combine it, and the pieces for the chest to keep the emblems on, or like to kind of have them a little bit more further away from the chest, and the hands. So, because here's how it looks like without any of those pieces. So they just have like the standard hands that are not in any kind of position, and you have the tiny legs or the tiny feet, and then you add all the new pieces, and look at that. So yeah, it looks a lot more kind of, proportional to the suit, I suppose. And you are going to get the stand again that you got the first time around, but this time it's going to be in a clear purple, which looks really nice. So, and you'll still get the sticker. So ZenkaiOh Black ZyuranGaon. So,
is there?
Oh, you're going to get 2 of them.
Oh yeah, there's one sticker option that just says ZENKAIGER.
Oh yeah. So that's cool that you're going to get 2 of them. That's neat.
For your kit bash, that's not ZyuranGaon.
Right. So, but yeah, this is going to go up for pre-order. It is premium Bandai release, so it's going to go up on October 18th for, including tax, 38.50 yen. So not too bad. So that's like close to $40 ish. So Toe Collectibles, I don't know, it could probably be like another $60 or $70 one maybe by the end of it. But it's cool that we got it, and there is no dark black version for the Vrun Majin. That never happened in the show, but like since this is the same molds as the original ones, there's no reason why you couldn't like combine them with the MINIPLA for those as well and stuff, and make random combinations, or you can combine like the evil Lion with the good Tyranno or something if you wanted to do that. So it just kind of opens up the door to some more possibilities. So
engage with your delusions.
Yeah, exactly. And since they are talking about Stacy stuff here in Premium Bandai, they wanted to remind you that the Dark Sentai Gear set, the Candy Toy version, is also still up for pre-order if you have not gotten that yet. And as well as the pre-orders for SHODO Super are still going on as well. So for the Zyurangers.
And there's absolutely nothing else of what?
No, whoa, there it is. So there is the MINIPLA for Zenroku ZenkaiOh, which obviously we needed the MINIPLA for Zenkai Canon, and that's more than likely going to be set 5. Definitely, I mean, it's basically absolutely guaranteed that it's set 5. And so I can't wait to see the details on that, but I'm looking forward to this because I really started to like this combination, and I have all the 4 of them here waiting for this. So, yeah.
The dream is real, but you can finally make them into limbs.
It definitely is. So I look forward to that whenever they do the blog for that. But knowing how MINIPLA blogs usually work, it would probably happen like right as the set releases or something like that. So, yeah.
So while we're still talking on Sentai, is it okay to do a little impromptu mini topic about Sentai? Give people time to submit questions to the Discord.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I feel like I wanted to bring this up on the Thursday stream that we did, but I don't remember if I did. Did you see the Twitter thread by Honey Ghosted about the future of Sentai?
Was that about the CGI mecha battles?
Yeah, it's basically just talking about like what the situation is according to people who are Toei insiders. So my prediction for Sentai was that either it's just going to keep going as is, or it's going to like disappear because it's not making enough money.
Yeah.
I didn't predict that apparently the situation is that Sentai is getting demoted.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this isn't making as much money, so we're not going to rely on it as much as a like merchandise thing.
Right.
And one of the tidbits was that they might do more CGI mecha stuff instead of like physical suits. And apparently, that from what I understand, the ZenKaiOh debut was just all CGI.
Yeah, there's no like physical suit for this thing, which I get because like it's such a weird design. I don't really know how you could. I mean, you could probably make some kind of suit, sort of, but I can see how that could be difficult.
Yeah, but isn't there some series? Well, I'm sure this doesn't narrow it down. I feel like I remember hearing some mecha combination was just like the suit actor could not move at all.
There's got to be like some of those ones from like Goanju or Shinkenger or something.
I think it might have been Goanju.
It has to be one of those because I don't get how you could possibly move in.
I just remember one of them. The trivia was that they had to actually figure out some way to move the suit actor.
I would definitely believe it. So I'll say that was probably Samurai Hao from Shinkenger because that one literally just never did anything but just like slowly move forward. So but yeah, like this whole CGI mecha battle thing, we've been seeing this with ZENKAIGER pretty recently because the only suits that they made for the show in terms of like mecha were the 2 ZenkaiOhs and 2 ZenkaiOh. And also like a ZenkaiJuo when it's in its dinosaur mode. Right. But like every combination that isn't those has been CGI. So like whenever the 2 main ZenkaiOhs like swap around who's where, those have always been CGI. The Super 2 ZenkaiOh and Super ZenkaiOh were both completely CGI. Same thing with Zenroku ZenkaiOh. So like you can definitely see where they're heading in that direction, and as they have been doing that the whole year. And it would not surprise me if that kind of does become the norm. So yeah,
Peacemaker correcting, rightfully so, mocap CGI specifically.
Yes, they did say that it was mocap CGI, so that's cool.
Yeah.
For those who, were maybe hoping that they wouldn't change the battles too much, because obviously a big component to Sentai and Toku stuff is the fact that it is really cool, just a style to have someone in these suits doing all this stuff. So I can kind of see where people would maybe be hesitant towards that to that change, but yeah. So,
and according to the Twitter thread, I guess this decision to make it like a B priority show kind of maybe started around Kira Major, which is why the monsters look like that.
Right, yeah.
Because I do remember, I think I remember hearing about someone had said that there's a possibility that their budget had been sliced in half around the time of Ryu Soldier.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I remember thinking when I saw the Kira Major monsters, oh, maybe there's some truth to that.
Yeah, and especially when ZenKaiju did the same idea with the monsters as well. It definitely kind of makes it seem like, I mean, they still make them all unique in their own right, but like obviously they are just the same like undersuit, just repurposed every week for slightly different things. But I look forward to the full detail of Zenroku ZenkaiOh. I just looking at it here, it does look like you can see the hinge by Vrune's half here. It does look like it will be able to do the canon mode as well, I assume, since like that's where that would hinge out at. So, which I mean, you really wouldn't need to do that for like the, if you're just doing the mecha of it, but it'd be cool if it can do that. So I assume that it will.
But, I just remembered the last blog post I think teased does this have a vehicle mode or is it just?
It does, yeah. It has
a jet. Well, they've shown a different mode in the previous blog.
That like the ZenKaiGer face that's on that jet is the back. It's this entire back piece back here that you can't like see anything of. So
confirmed it does transform.
We have a Corey.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, good stream so far, guys. I just found a relatively quieter area. We got done shopping, and I wanted to hop in for the discussion. Yeah, it's really neat. I also, ever since Loopat, I've loved the mocap CG stuff that they've done. So I'm fully on board with that being a thing. And maybe it could potentially open up doors for them to do something a lot more toyetic and not have to make it seem super feasible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's great.
It suits things like this really well for something that's just so like put everything somewhere kind of combinations. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, it's like, where do you get, like, you can't really train people to do that job, right? Like, there are like a handful of people that do in-suit stuff like that. So if any of them ever wanted to retire or anything, it's like, you don't have many options in terms of who you could put into the suits.
That's true.
So it is maybe a little bit of future proofing on that end as well.
Yeah. And when it comes to the toyetic stuff, it is worth noting. It sounds like the idea is Sentai could become less of a toy commercial show and more of a show that happens to have some toys. So it's like, this means there might be less toys.
Huh.
Like,
I mean, we've been seeing less Sofubi.
Yeah,
which is like the mainstay of Zen.
I think Kira Major was the example cited of here's what it looks like when there's less toys.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of definitely see that for sure.
Toy Pros. Oh, there he is.
So. Well, he's glitching out a little bit.
I thought I was the robot here.
Okay. And yeah, sorry.
Oh no, we're losing him. Corey.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
There he is. Nope. Never mind.
I guess not. Well, that does pretty much do it for the blog. Both blogs this week. But we do have some Discord stuff to look at, right? So let's let me pull that up here. Oh, we lost him. He's gone.
Oh, he was moving at 1 frame per 5 seconds. So, okay.
Yeah, I guess he was running off of my internet at home.
Ooh.
So, but yeah, all right. So,
what we got?
All right, you got it pulled up.
Let me move to the right section. Yes.
Cool. So, Corey had asked, with SHODO Drive being revealed tonight, a subsequent SHODO wave is certainly on the horizon. What do you think we'll see? And also, what do you want to see? So.
See, what we just saying? Let's ghost in.
Yeah, let ghost in. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, at this point, like, he just needs to figure in one of these lines, right? Like, just finally give him his chance. And then we had Peacemaker, who said Beast, Gold Drive, and Machine Chaser seemed like a given. Oh, I didn't even think about Machine Chaser. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, I was just kept thinking of Comrade Chaser, but yeah, that would work too. Give me Mages 3 and Sagittarius, and I will be satisfied. Yeah, so those that would go well with X14 to go along with that set. So.
Also, I don't know if people know this, but a weird thing that I realized at some point when I was, I I think I did finish this article. There was a Tokunet article I wanted to do of what does and doesn't count as a rider. And in writing the article, I realized, Gold Drive has never been called a common rider at any point in promotional material, aside from like once in the magazine.
Yeah, that's always so strange. I mean, obviously you have like the infamous Gourd Drive on the on the figure art box and stuff like that. Was it on a magazine scan during Drive, or was it on that?
It was like an initial Televikun scan. Yeah, it was just like Kamen Rider Gold Drive, and then just said it once.
Did they call him that in that? What was it? It was like a year or so ago, and we got like that big magazine spread of like every rider or something like that. It had like very obscure riders in it.
Probably.
I think he was there, but I don't remember if they called a Kamen Rider there or not. So,
I don't. Is that the one that I always like to make fun of, where it's like,
yes,
here's Build's dad as Kamen Rider Build.
Exactly, the ones that are just that like included very weird and obscure ones and excluded like ones that should be there. Yeah, absolutely.
In which case, I probably did mention Gold Drive.
Probably. Oh man. So Zamobi also said. Honestly, I know that they won't, but they could throw in both Machine Chaser and Chaser in the same wave. That would be pretty pog. And that would be cool. I think that like Rider Chaser is more likely, just to finish off the trio, and you can use some of those pieces again to do Chaser Mach or Mach Chaser. I never remember which one's which. Those names are way too similar. So yeah, but like I would like to see Machine Chaser as well. I don't think if we got that, I don't think they would go far enough to do like Cho Machine Chaser from the Visa Next, but still, it'd be cool to get that nonetheless.
Oh no, the Visa Next was the Mach Chaser Mach. The Super Machine Chaser was like a novel thing.
Oh right. Well, wait, no, because wasn't the Cho Machine Chaser the gold one?
Gold. I don't even remember a gold one.
Yeah, because there was the Chaser Visa Next, just Chaser, where you had like the Rhino viral core that like.
Machine Chaser. I was thinking of Mach when I said that. Never mind.
Yeah. That was I think that was Cho Dead Heat Mach. That was like the novel form or something.
Yeah, that's okay. Now we're on the same page.
Yeah. You want to take the next one or?
Yeah. Blade Raider saying the obvious is Machine Chaser for O. Drive has the BMX bike gear looking trooper. Yes, that is I believe that's called the Mach Max Production model.
Yeah.
But the chief, whose name is Jun, transformed into one, and he called himself Kamen Rider Jun.
Yeah.
It's official.
And Gen also transformed into that in the stage show, and he called himself Kamen Rider Gen. So the same suit. So.
Please make a figure of that then.
Yes, absolutely.
Get yourself a mass production thing or just a gag character.
Yeah.
Your choice. Also said, that said, O seems like a wave behind in theme, so still need wizard stuff. Yes. Ghouls, mages, please. Also, also says, I think that the white wizard was a villain, at least it seems so. I'd like Beast just to have the secondary done, but I don't think he'd be an O. Correct and correct.
Yeah.
White Wizard was basically the final boss.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So there you go. There you get your final boss. Who's Gremlin? Anyway.
Oh man. So yeah, because they could do him. I feel like I guess he would probably be more likely for like a villain for Wizard. I guess they could do Sorcerer if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, I keep hollering about it. Mage and Sorcerer never had figures anywhere.
They never did. So I would love both of those for that reason.
But Blade Raider also saying they haven't. O hasn't done Forzi either, so Dust Urge would be a good trooper.
Yeah, that would
give
be
you
cool
something. Give you something to fight Shinobi.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
that's right, because I forgot about that.
Also points out that there were fake Skyriders, which would be an easy one for O to make at this point.
That would be a pretty deep cut right there. That would be neat.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Shows an image in the Discord, and hey, troop builder.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would be cool.
Man, now that we're talking about, there's so many troop build options for these few series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like they really have a lot of good things to pick from this time around. So I like those ideas for Forza. I think it would be cool if I know it doesn't necessarily. I mean, I guess it kind of fits the O theme, but like it'd be cool if they threw a Nadeshiko in one of those, especially with like them finally releasing her driver and things like that. So that would be really neat to kind of tie into that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of really good options that these shows bring to the table. Blade Raider says you all might as well be talking about Hibiki riders right now because I have no idea. So yeah, Hibiki riders, I mean, you could put them in front of my face, and besides like the main four, I couldn't tell you their names. Where there's so many, they look so similar, except for like Kabuki and stuff like that. They look so similar.
Can I backtrack in the chat for a second? I'm really confused by this reference. Tyler Nutter saying, just a heads up, Lego Dunder Mifflin from The Office was approved finally.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that was in reference to, but yes, that did happen for those who wanted that. One of those Lego ideas sets that.
Yeah. Okay.
It had been denied for 3 different times over like 6 years.
Oh, it's like an themed after The Office.
Yeah, just like a set of the whole floor there.
Wow, good for the fans of The Office.
Yeah. I mean, I think it had always been denied because I think there was some kind of license issues with that. So there's like a third party Lego set thing that like had the license for some reason.
I just saw the name Dunder Mifflin, and I was just like, is that Durandal? Couldn't tell if that was like a Google Translate joke.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that did finally happen for those who were waiting.
Blade Raider Hustle saying, any female writers, any.
Yes, seriously, honestly. I mean, it's interesting that Forza and Wizard both have a female writer to do.
Yeah,
so that would be cool.
It's interesting that we did Stronger a while ago and still don't have a tackle. Where is it?
Yeah, seriously, for real. I know we talked about it earlier, but I would like for them to do Heart and Brain, at least Brain. I really, really like the design of Brain's suit, and I don't want to spend the money on the figure art for him. So I would love to get a much cheaper version of that. That'd be perfect. But yeah, I mean, they opened up a lot of doors, Brain Drive into the SHODO line, and I think that's I think it'd be good. So. But yeah, I don't know what else to do. We covered the news, we covered the Discord, and it has been a little over an hour. So I think that was a pretty solid show for tonight. I assume that Corey's probably still watching. I don't think I'm not sure if he's in a position where he can pop back in.
I don't know, but based on his frame rate, maybe he's not able.
Yeah, to probably not. But so. We can go ahead and wrap it up here for him. Of course, we have a bunch of links in the description to how you can help out all the different causes we always support here. So those are always down in the links, or the links are down in the description below as always, and also like all of our social media and everything like that, and the blog posts for everything we talked about tonight. And of course, the thumbnail for tonight was very hastily thrown together by me in a couple minutes, and I'm sure Corey will do a more consistent thumbnail when he's able to sit down and do that. So.
Little inside baseball. We realized as we're streaming that we needed that thumbnail, and I said that sounds like a problem for future.
Yeah. So Corey asked us to run the ship tonight, and we realized that we didn't have a thumbnail. He has the thumbnail template. We don't have the thumbnail template, so no problem. But I think we made do with what we had, and I think it was still pretty good. So, but yeah, I think that will wrap it up here. I got to see how Corey does this with the end cards. So. Okay, I see how he does it. All right.
I was about to say, now you get to see what the delay is like on his end.
I do get to see that and see if I can time it to not have it come back to our screens for like the 1 second. So, I guess we'll run the clock now. Let's give this a shot. So, thank you all for watching, and I don't have a progress key here to do it. My gimmick items are at home, but keep it, and then he clicks the button. Juicy. So
Gaima's ability.
Exactly. There you go. And here's the title score, the end card, which is going to play for a little bit, and they can obviously still hear us.
Mm-hmm.
But I see why this is difficult, because I don't know how long is left on it. So I just have to hope that I click it at the right time.
Yeah.